It's Tyler.
My name is Jordan.
And we're from Rachel Ray's Cooking Show. Wait, I mean the Gaming Inquisition. That's right.
I thought we were really from Rachel Ray's Cooking Show.
We are, that's our other job.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah, we'd like to talk to you about a game called Divinity II Ego Draconis for the Xbox 360 and PS3.
I had hair when I started playing it.
He pulled it all out.
No, it was so bad it male pattern baldness. It caused male pattern.
Really? Okay, anyway, so this game was bad.
Very. Well, okay, we're not going to say that. It starts off and you think, oh, wow, this is going to be a cool game. Until everyone starts calling you Slayer, no matter what name you picked.
Yeah, it's like, oh, if you don't want to be called Slayer, pick a different name. I did, and they still call me Slayer.
And then...
and the create a character thing, your design a character.
Now, Tyler, a lot of games should have the 4-face, 5 hairdo creation system. One hairdo always has to be the mullet, which I picked.
And all 4 of those have to be the exact same thing, whether or not you pick guy or girl.
And funny thing is, halfway through, when you get your tower, if you've played the game, you learn this, you get a guy who can change your appearance. And his name is Hermaphroditus. I just thought that was funny. I was going to throw that in there.
Yeah, they actually allude to like a lot of really good characters who I'd rather be playing in different games.
You know? Yes. But, okay, and you find out that you're a dragon slayer. And you're there for the witness of the death of the last dragon knight.
Which kind of seems pretty weird that they're developing a whole society of dragon slayers, considering that there's only one dragon left. Wouldn't they be out of a job? But then again, this game doesn't go by logic.
No. So apparently then her mind gets put in yours. And you're talking to her. No, this is not schizophrenia. This is real. And she's telling you to go places. And kill things. Like schizophrenia. And, yeah. So you...
Like your son of Sam in this game, basically?
Yes. Okay, but the one problem I have with it is experience points in this game are precious.
They're a precious commodity.
Say you're level 18 and the monsters you're killing are level 20. You kill them, you get a lot of experience points, you level up. If they're 20 and you're 21, you get
nothing.
1/10 of the experience points. The only constant is the experience points you get from the quest. So what I did to get
killing rabbits, you get 1 experience point for
one experience point for killing. What I did is I killed all the enemies on the map where I was. There's basically 3 maps that you go to. I killed all the enemies I could on that map, and then I turned in all the quests, and that got me all the experience points I needed. I played a mage. At the beginning, it was pretty hard. In the end, nothing could touch me. One fireball killed the final boss, except for one person in the room, and I poked him with my sword, and he died.
My class was a pure straight-up warrior class, no spells whatsoever, because, you know, that's usually the easiest class, and nothing could touch me until the final end, where the final boss killed me in 2 hits.
And now we're going to get to where this game is the worst, is after you beat the final boss, you find out that the Dragon Knight that was talking to you in your head, it's actually the evil girlfriend of the guy named Damien, go figure, that you're fighting. And she led you there to resurrect her. And when you do that, apparently you resurrect her by going into the memory of her dying and stopping the death. So she forgets she dies and comes back to life.
Of course, because that's how it works.
Yes, if you just forget about dying, you'll come back to life. That's this game's logic. And then you're trapped. He didn't finish the game, so he doesn't know this next part.
I looked it up.
But you get trapped in this crystal in the realm of the dead next to the main person of the first game, and you find out that the guy you were trying to fight has won and he's destroying the world.
But that's where the game is good. Where is it really bad, though? It doesn't feel like a finished game, and there are a few
It feels like a lead into a third game, which Tyler explained to me he didn't like because
all games should have closure. You should not have to make a game just to go, hey, buy our next game if you want to see the rest of the story.
That should all be standalone.
Mm-hmm.
But and the difficulty curve in some of this, like Explain to them when you fought all the bosses in the final death area.
Okay, the final encounter, as I said, I was a warrior, and I fought all the They made you go through the routine of fighting all the bosses again that you had previously fought in the game. Anyway, I just went up to him, meleeed him the whole time. My health did not drop below 90%. The entire time, didn't have to use a single health potion. Then I get to the final boss. I go, okay, that was no problem. And the final boss was roughly my level. He's a level ahead of me, but then he really brings the pain.
2 hits.
2 hits. I'm dead.
As opposed to my 1 fireball, level 13 fireball, killed everyone but Zedlador, who is supposed to be another mentor, the wisest man in the world, knows almost everything. He's basically
Gandalf.
Yeah, knows almost everything, and still was fooled by the evil ghost witch that got in your head. And and he's the typical mage, tall, pointy hat, long, toe-tickling beard.
But where's this game really bad? I mean, the glitches.
I got stuck on a rock when I was like changing out of my dragon form, or
sometimes you clip through the map if you're using your dash attack if you're a warrior.
Yeah, or one me and Tyler hated both. You die, and it asks you to reload, and you reload, and it goes through that whole reload thing, and you reload back to your death screen. But this time it won't let you reload, so you have to start your Xbox and go back to dashboard.
And it did that to me 6 times in a row.
It was 8 for me.
Oh.
Not in a row. It's like 3 times in a row, 3 times here, 2 times there.
Well, as I said, this game didn't feel finished because there were some dungeons in which they showed you that there was a secret passageway behind a wall, and there was no clear way how to get back there. I looked it up on several sites.
Unless this is like an amazing like puzzle game.
It's not.
Or about the random keys.
Yeah, you obtain keys and you go, oh, they must unlock the treasure chest that is in the area. Nope.
They don't.
The keys do nothing.
Except for jingle on your waistband to let enemies know you're coming.
Oh, yeah. Which, explain to me how, basically, 2 things of parsley equal the burden of 1 2-handed sword in their inventory system.
Parsley's a burden to everyone, Tyler.
I know. But anyway, no, explain to me how that creates equal burden. Yeah, you can either carry around 180 swords, or you can...
2 pieces of parsley.
Or 2 pieces of parsley, roughly. Granted, you could still stack some more, but you can only stack up to 50, so...
And this was a very mission-based game. You couldn't just follow the storyline. You had to do the side missions, or you would stay...
Which technically doesn't make them side missions, since you
pretty much had to do them. Well, you didn't have to. You would die every time if you didn't. Like, I remember thinking, oh, this is cool, I'm a level 2, and I just got to this first place, and I'm going into this dungeon. Smack, got hit by a level 4 skeleton, 2 strokes dead.
But what makes this game bad, in my opinion, is this is an RPG, and what should you be able to do in all RPGs?
Create a character?
Grind. You should be able to grind out levels when necessary.
Oh, when you kill the enemies, they don't come back.
Yeah. Except for there's this one part where you're having to protect Zandlador, and there are constantly respawning enemies.
And that's how I got such a high level. As a mage, I could kill multiple enemies at a time, but when the timer started to get low, I would let them attack him. The timer would start all over, and then you could continue to kill them.
Actually, I ran into a neat glitch where I tried that, and it didn't restart the timer.
It didn't?
No. It was kind of odd. I was like, what? They hit you. Restart the timer.
They have to hit him more than once.
I had like 8 of them. So apparently, well, sometimes the enemies can be rather thick. I have had them not attack me while I was attacking them. And other times, they'll just all out kill you.
But the one thing, the dragon combat is nice.
If the game was just about the dragon combat, it would have been a really good game.
I liked attacking the fortresses. They actually made you conserve your stuff, think out a strategy. Because you go into the fortresses and you're just getting bombarded by other dragons on his side and these catapult things. You have to think through.
I always took out the nest first, that way I have to worry about the ballistas next. And the mage towers, as long as you stayed away from them. they wouldn't harm you.
Well, no, see, I killed everything on the map because no matter what level you're at, you always got the same XP for killing mage towers and.
Yeah, the dragon is the only one that had like constant experience.
So overall, it had a rushed storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like they tried to push it on out. Once again, to lead into the third one. I hope they don't. I have to play the third one because of the way this one ended.
Though I would say Sentinel Island was an interesting area. It seemed like the most finished of all the areas. You know?
Yeah, it did.
Of course, it was the smallest of all the areas.
And so, your final thought in the game, Tyler?
Well, if they would release a patch, to solve some of those glitches, and allow me to use more than one healing potion at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can have 80 healing potions, but they're really not that useful unless if you could stack them later on in the game when you have a ton of hit points.
Your guy's a sipper.
I would probably say if you're into a Western-style RPG, buy something else.
Well, actually, this was, I believe, made in Germany.
No, it's just considered Western-style RPG.
Even though
they're in the West.
Yeah, but when I think Western.
Don't buy, period.
No,
Don't buy.
I would not buy it. So, what should we do with this game? Burn it at the stake?
Nah, it's not even worth the fuel to burn.
It is the fuel. It's not even worth it.
It's not even worth the matches. But
So-
anyway, actually, we'll see what happens in Divinity III.
If they have it. So, hit us with the tagline, Tyler.
Just remember, kids, knowing is half the battle.
That's our new tagline.
No, it ain't. And no game suspects the Inquisition.